Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone potentially interested in X-Wing. My call sign is BatMando, and we are doing a video that was inspired by a comment from one of our viewers. And so we did a comparison a while back for the YT 2400 and all the other Rebel ships. So we figured it was just right to go ahead and do a comparison of all the Empire ships from 1.0 to 2.0 to all the way to 2.5, an instance right over here. So now we're going to go ahead and start off going from right to left on your screen. Yep, we're unusual that way. So we're starting off with the TIE Advance V1, the Inquisitor TIE. And over here we have the original. And as you can see, oh, it's about to jump out of its peg. How nice. So now, in which case, you can see here, obviously a difference in color. I'm also going to say that with the difference in color, the grid lines on the window here are a little bit more pronounced than when they redid it in the 2.0. Still the same ship, same size, as you can see. I mean, these were some very fun ships to fly back in the day, but I'm also going to tell you that if you're flying them today, they're very squishy because, you know, they only have 2 shields, 2 hull, and then they're gone. All right, so this is the original 1.0 TIE Advance X1, also known as Vader's TIE. So, in which case, as you can see, there it is. Now, I have something for you to see. It is a little bit, unfortunately, bent and damaged at one point in time. So, during 1.0, this is what all the ships looked like. Then there was an Epic ship that released the Raider along with this copy of Vader's TIE, or the TIE Advance X1. So, as you can see, it's a little bit bent from when I had fixed it with glue. Now, as we take a look at it, it looks very similar to the 2.5 version that they have released. So let me go ahead and show you the big differences though, because here we go. So still the 2.0 version that was exclusive to the Raider. Now, as you can see right here, the black is a little bit more faded and it's not quite as clean as the new ones that they have today. So this was actually one of the ships that was in the Galactic Empire starter squad, so just wanted to show that off real quick. So, yes, that was the 3 different versions of the TIE Advance X1 that we've had so far. So now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the TIE Defender, and there are 3 different versions of the TIE Defender. This is the 1.0 version right here. Still looks like the normal colors and everything else. Then we get into the different color, same design. Obviously, with the different color, different things are accented. Now, this one was available in 1.0, and I want to say it was it's Imperial Veterans, where this was released. Then we had the Sky Strike Academy release. And as you can see, it is a little bit different in terms of paint scheme with the yellow wing tips. Some people don't care for the wing tips being yellow or the thruster. But hey, guess what? It's still the same ship. It's still deadly when you fly it on the mat. And in comparison to its 1.0 original counterpart. So those are the differences in all of the TIE Defenders that we have here. We're going to be moving on to the TIE Interceptor in just a second. And as you can see right there, we have 4 different versions of the TIE Interceptor. This one I'm going to take straight off here. So this one has seen some time, and it is the 1.0 original. I was actually putting it on its peg today, and then the peg underneath here snapped. So what we will do is we will either rip this one out and then there's a hole for the peg to go in here, or I will end up doing a magnet on the bottom, and then that's how this one will continue to fly. So another 1.0 version that came out in a different pack. So here is your original in comparison to this one. Now this was like the Royal Imperial Guard back in 1.0. They had a Imperial Aces, and this was the only way that you got this particular paint scheme. And in addition to that one, you also received this one. Now some of you at home may be saying that looks a little bit like the Sky Strike Academy one. I'll show you the differences here in just a little bit. So you had 3 different paint schemes for the versions that were available. So you have the original, then you had this red version here, and then you had this red stripe version that goes up along the wing here. So as you can see, same ship, just different looks at it. So I'm going to leave this one here, put these 2 away real quick, and we're about to break out the other one that is available through the Sky Strike Academy. So as I said, there's going to be a similarity between these 2 ships, because as you can see, the red stripe that goes all the way across, you can see a little bit of red here on the wings as well. So there is your comparison. Same size for the ship and everything else, just a different paint scheme. And that is the TIE Interceptors. So now we're going up to the TIE LN Fighters, and we're going to start with the original 1.0 version. So that's what it looked like. Now, this one right here is kind of a bridge in the gap, because you had versions like this in 1.0, and then you also had versions like this in 2.0. I'll let you be the judge as to which one looks a little bit more clean between the 2. So, but there was the original paint scheme. This right here is kind of the bridge that takes us all the way to the 2.5. This is the one that came out of the Galactic Empire Starter Squadron pack that we have a video on. Feel free to watch that. And as a matter of fact, feel free to watch that at 2 times speed, because we were trying to talk about everything in that video, and ended up being a lot longer than I thought. So those are the 3 different TIE Defenders that you had there. Or, I'm sorry, not Defenders, TIE Fighters. Then we're going to get into our last ship that actually has from 1.0 into 2.5. So this is the 1.0 original bomber. You'll see that looks very much like the one they released in 2.5, but there are some color shades differences and everything else. Then, along with this red Defender over here, they released a bomber for, I think it was called the Imperial Veterans box set. And as you can see, different paint scheme. A lot more white on the one that they released in the box set, especially with the stripes going down. So that's what these 2 looked like. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in the 2.5 version here. And I bought this out of the TIE Bomber expansion before they released the Starter Squadron. And as you can see, there are some differences when it comes to the coloring, as you can see right there. Still the same ship, same mold, if you will. And in comparison to another 1.0 version, I think this wing might be a little bit loose. We'll figure that out here in a little bit. Okay. But, yep, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So Thank you to our viewers for making that comment of what would it be like to compare the 1.0 version to the 2.5 version on the YT2400. As always, my call sign is BatMando. We are hoping that you enjoyed this video. Please make certain to subscribe to our future transmissions so that you can see videos like this and also gameplay and basic mechanics of the game. So please subscribe again and click like on this video, because the more videos you click like on, the more we know what what content to create more of. Thank you for watching, and as always, BatMando out.